Alright guys, hello and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. In this series basically I do a new tutorial every single week and I upload the video on Tuesday. However, in this case it's actually Thursday because I was having some rendering issues. Everything just seemed to be going wrong. It just kept closing, like crashing every time Sony Vegas kept crashing every time I was rendering. So I'm not sure what was going on there. Hopefully it's sorted now. I decided to actually just record a new episode because I didn't actually like the one I was doing anyway. And that's also why I haven't got Minecraft out, so I just want to apologise for the delay there. There really has been nothing I could do about it, but there we go. Hopefully it's fixed now and I'll give it another try. But yeah, let's just crack straight on. Today I want to make like a glossy orb type button type thing. If you don't know what I mean, look at the thumbnail to this video or skip to the end of the video and it'll be there for you. But basically you can use this on backgrounds, you can literally use this anywhere. The place I like to use it is actually on PowerPoint because it looks really effective when you're doing PowerPoint presentations and you have little buttons. It just looks really professional. But there you go, that's like things I do for school or whatever, but you don't have to do that. You can literally do whatever you want with it, but it is really good for profile pictures. You'll see my profile picture is pretty much this. So what you want to start off by doing, I'm actually going to start off by changing the background colour to black just so that it stands out a little bit more. In fact, no I'm not. I'm going to have it transparent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ellipse tool. Now holding shift, I'm going to drag a circle, but I didn't do that very well, so I'm going to try that again. Holding shift, I'm going to get the ellipse tool and drag a circle out, something like that. Try and make it slightly central, even though it's not that central. So there we go, we have our little ellipse tool, and I'm about to sneeze, so bear with me if I do sneeze, I'll try to avoid it. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to stick a gradient overlay on that. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Right, so back to gradient overlay, and I'm going to want to make it a very dark grey up to a very dark grey. I don't want the gradient to be that incredible. I just want it to be a slight gradient. So there we go. And I'm going to stick a drop shadow on that because drop shadows look good on just about anything. So I'm going to stick a drop shadow on that just to make it look a little bit better. And there we go, that'll do me. I think I don't want any more size on it. So that's going to do for that. Now, you can also stick an outer glow on, may come back to that later, may or may not, it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a few more layers. I'm going to make another ellipse tool and I'm going to drag it out like this, and I've messed that up again, so we'll do it. What the hell just happened there? Okay, that was a little bit weird. Let's try it again. There we go. Now hopefully that's not the right size, so I will adjust that as and where needed. So something along the lines of that is going to be good for me. Is that even all the way around? It's hard to tell. I think it is, so we'll leave that like that. Is that even all the way around? I think it might be slightly over to this side. I honestly have no idea. It looks about even, so we'll leave it at that. You should take a lot more time and care than I am, by the way. Then I'm going to stick a gradient overlay on this again. This time, choose the colour of what orb you want. I'm going to go for a light blue, as my profile picture is. So the bottom, I want to be darker than the top, so something like that is going to be ideal for me. Got a nice gradient all the way up and through there, and it looks very effective and very nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the ellipse tool, as you can see here, and I want the ellipse tool to be white. I want the ellipse thing, the oval that I'm going to make to be white. So I'll start making it, and I want it to be something similar to that. We don't want two of them though, so get rid of that. I'm going to drag it up to about there. In fact, I'm going to take it all the way out to the top there, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just decrease the opacity so I can see through it. I'm going to zoom all the way in, and I'm going to get the rubber tool. Hardness 100, size whatever's ideal. That's probably quite ideal. And I'm just going to get rid of the bits that have gone over the edge there. Now it doesn't matter about being too neat because it's round and it's not overhanging that much. It will be hard to notice that it's gone over, but you just want the main bits off. Try not to like cut inside. You'd rather have too much overhanging than too much over the top. See there, I've gone way too inside there, but there you go, never mind. It should look alright in the end. So let's just zoom out a little bit further there. Oops, don't want the opacity coming down. Let's just zoom out. There we go. Now I'm going to go onto the ellipse tool and wait a second. Ah, right, no, that's fine. I want a gradient overlay, and I want this gradient here. This is what the one I want. So I want it to be white, and I want it to go all the way up to transparent. Now, I need to just do that, and I'm going to do this. Just going to change the color to white, but for some reason it's because I've changed the gradient overlay, it's completely screwing up with me. So gradient overlay from transparent white to transparent. So because I've actually changed the color of the thing altogether, it's transparented. The overlay is now transparent and it's gone through to white, which isn't actually that ideal. So I'll tell you what I will do. I'll just make it like a darkish grey all the way up to a lightish grey, and that should look okay. I'm going to reverse that so the dark bit's at the top. But no. Yeah, I'm going to reverse it so the darker bit's on the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to totally reduce the opacity of that. So I want the opacity to be somewhere down in that region there. About there-ish. And I'm just going to get the eraser tool again and just give that one more run over. A little more accurately this time. Like that. So there we go. You've got this sort of gradiented glow kind of thing on the orb. Now you may want another orb. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but this time something like that. Something like that. Now I'm going to do the same as I did before. I'm going to reduce the opacity so we can see where the orb is, and I'm going to get the rubber tool, rasterize the layer so that we can do this, and I'm just going to rub out all the overlapping areas once again. I don't want the areas to be on the grey bit, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that before. I don't want the areas to be on this grey bit because the grey bit isn't the glossy bit. The grey bit is just sort of the backdrop, if you like. We don't want any on that grey bit. So I'm just going to rub out all of this. You take as much time as you want. Remember guys, if this is a profile picture for you, you could have this profile picture for years to come. So you want to make it right, you know. You could spend an hour making a profile picture that you're going to keep for 2 years, you know. So it's worth the wait. So I'm just being reasonably careful here. I don't want to take too long on it because this tutorial is going to be a reasonably long one, just because it's a little harder to do than all the others. Like, this is actually a complete thing. Like you can follow this tutorial and finish it and then instantly use whatever it is that you've just made on your, that you could upload it to YouTube straight away, and there you go. So again, as I did before, I'm going to decrease the opacity, but this time quite a bit further than I did the last time, so it's slightly less opaque than the last one. I'm actually going to increase the opacity of that one just a little. In fact, you might be better off reducing the opacity of this one more than this one. It might look a little better that way. No, I think I preferred it before with the opacity of this one higher. Like that. And that is pretty much it, guys. You can do what you want to this now. You can change it as you would like. It's completely adjustable. You can do what you want with it. If I zoom out, it gets a better effect. As I zoom out, you see it better. It looks a lot more like a glossy orb. But now you can do whatever you want with this. This is pretty much the same as my profile picture. All I've done simply is I've got the text tool. Let that load. For some reason, it's wanting to take ages. And I literally just did a H in whatever font I used. I can't remember now. If I could remember, I would tell you, but I cannot remember, so I can't tell you. And that's totally screwed up again, but never mind, ignore that. I'm interested to know what text tool I used, but I don't think there's any way I'm going to find out, so I think it might have been... No. Oh, wait, I think that was it. I think this is the one I used, so if you're interested, this is... What is this? I don't know. It's like Bank Gothic, or it might be Batman Forever. I can't remember which one. Either way, that's all I did. And then I simply went onto the blending options, color overlaid it, just did all the other basic stuff that I do to every little project that I ever do. You know, made it that color. Oops. Forgot the top bit, that's the crucial part. So did the gradient overlay and just, you know, everything that you would normally do to make whatever it is that you wanted to make. That's what I did. You could even stick an outer glow on that and make it a light blue, make it stand out a bit more. Like I said, you could stick an outer glow on this to make this look pretty cool and awesome and whatever it is that you want to do with it. So I could stick a light blue outer glow on that. Again, guys, the same with everything I do. You can literally edit this as much and as far as you'd like. It is totally up to you. But that's it, guys. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If it was useful for you, please let me know in the comment section below and leave some feedback, and I will try and sort out this rendering problem and get Minecraft out as soon as possible. See you in the next episode, guys. Goodbye.